Welcome to EdBazaar, the K through 20 education content store. In this video, we'll see how to, as a vendor, how to create content, and we'll specifically talk about creation of content that you might already have. For instance, you might have a PDF file or a Word document or content in other formats like a video file and so on that you might want to publish on the EdBazaar store. So we'll deal with publishing content that you already have in these kinds of formats, most likely either a PDF file or a Word document, but it could be other kinds of formats as well. So the starting point is the EdBazaar store that we are on currently here, www.edbazaar.com/store. And in a previous video we had created a vendor account, Josh Patel, and in order to log in, as we saw, we go to www.edbazaar.com/store/admin. That takes us to this admin page, and once we're on this admin page, we enter the username for the vendor and the password, and then click on login, and then we get to this vendor's administration page, and here, in order to create content, we click on the Add Contents tab, which then gets us to this particular user interface. We see there are two links here at the bottom: upload new content and create new content using the editor. We'll primarily be using the second link, create new content using the editor. The first link is if you have existing content in an IMS common cartridge format. An IMS common cartridge is an international standard for representing educational content. Many of you will likely not have content in that format, and so we'll largely focus on the second link in order to create content and to publish content on EdBazaar. So clicking on this second link, create new ed content using the editor, takes us to this particular page where we are now in the process of creating new ed content. You'll see it asks us for certain pieces of information here, which we can then start to populate. So the first field is an identifier for your ed content or for your product. This is the name that will appear on your records related to this particular ed content. So I might, in this case, let's say I have a PDF file dealing with math content on Pythagoras theorem. Then I might call this Josh Pythagoras overview. Description could be an overview of Pythagoras theorem with an illustrative example specified as a PDF file. Once you've done that, you want to select the category that this might fall under. So it might be, in this particular case, either a top category of mathematics, or if there's a subcategory, we could select, for instance, geometry in this case. You might want to add an image for this particular product, and we'll include an image from our local folder. Once I click on browse, I'm going to upload an image, and I have this image called Pythagoras. It says that particular image file has been uploaded, and then by double clicking that image file, I've selected that image file. and you see that image file is now selected here. Now you've got to specify a price for your product, and the minimum price is 19 cents. You could price it as high as you want, as high as you think you can sell the product for. In this case, we'll price it at 20 cents. And then you just click continue. So once you click continue, you can going back to my admin page. And what you'll see now is upon clicking that contents tab, you'll see now this particular product shows up. Josh's Pythagoras overview that we just called this product. It's in the category of geometry. It's 20 cents, and it's still under creation because we've just entered some information about the product, but we haven't really created the product yet, so it's under creation. So what you want to do is click on editor. You don't want to click publish yet. This is the final step when you actually want to publish the product. So at this point we click on this link called the editor, and that takes us to the editor page. It takes us to the course homepage, where you'll see that it gives you some hints on some ways to create content. So the key is, if you already have let's say a PDF file or a Word document or a video file, you want to follow the steps here in this third case. The way to upload the file would be to click on manage and then file manager, and that piece of information essentially is provided out here with this manage tab that we'll see there. So this particular manage tab is what we mean when we say manage file manager. So the first step would be to click on manage and then click on file manager, not on create new file. We're not creating a new file in this case, we're just uploading a PDF file, so we just click on file manager. So manage file manager, and then we just want to upload. We don't want to create a new file, so we browse, and I have a PDF here that's already been created called Pythagoras theorem illustration. So I just want to select this and open it. So it has a link there, and now I want to upload that. So I click on upload, and now it says file was successfully uploaded. So once the file is uploaded, in order to see what the next step is, again the easy way is to go back to this course homepage and review what the next step is. So just looking at the next step here, we did the manage file manager upload file. The next step would be to click on manage content, create file, and insert the file. So we really want to insert a file into a content page. So to do that, we need to click on manage and then click on content and then create. So if I go back to the top, so I go to manage, I go to content, I go to create, click on create, and once I've done that, the first thing you want to do is change from plain text to HTML visual editor. That's the easiest way of representing this file. You want to give a title here, so you could say this is the overview and illustration. And now you want to attach this file that you've inserted, that PDF file. So we need to click on this files tab. Once you click on the Files tab, you get to this pop-up window where again you just want to insert the file. You don't want to create any new files or upload any files. So we'll see that our PDF is here. So all you want to do is select that and click Insert. And once you've done that, it's actually inserted the link here. We actually did that 2 times, so you'll see it's put the link twice. I'm going to delete one of these, but this particular link here is now a link to the PDF, so you can rename that link whatever you want to call it. So you can say PDF link to Pythagoras illustration. If you click on this, it gives you more ways of formatting this. I can increase the font size. I can do things like making things bold, underline, and so on. So I can change colors. I can do all the things that I normally do in terms of formatting. You can also add some content here. For instance, you can say clicking on the link below provides an illustration via a PDF file. And again, as we said, you have all the kinds of formatting. You can have bullets, you can have numbered items, you can basically italicize some things if you want. You can change colors, you can change styles, you can format the paragraph, you can do all of that. You can also add mathematical formulas. You've got various kinds of symbols that you see here, special characters that you can add. So there's a lot of information. For all of this, again, you have to be in the HTML visual editor. You want to make sure that is selected, and you want to click on this to show the extended tools here that are available. So once you've done that, you basically then need to save. You want to make sure you've saved. Once you've saved, you'll see on the left hand side here what you just created. This particular content page overview and illustration now shows up. You can also view it by clicking this particular link. You'll see you can view what we've just created, and clicking on that actually shows a PDF file. So this is a PDF file that it's now opening, which we created on Pythagoras theorem. It has a problem here and a solution, and so on. So whatever is a PDF file that is in your case. Going back to the page, we see we still have the overview and illustration there. So that's basically what we need to do in order to link a PDF file or a Word document or any external file that you have to a content page, and then to publish it. So once you've done this, all you need to do is just return to EdBazaar. That takes you back here. You'll see the product is still under creation, Josh's Pythagoras overview, and it's under creation. If you want to go back and edit it, all you need to do is click on the editor tab. It goes back to this editor page, and you can continue editing. For instance, you can create an additional page if you want to, using manage content create, or you can insert an additional PDF file and so on. But in this case, that's all I want to do. So I return to EdBazaar, and now as a final step, if you're comfortable with what you've done, you want to publish it. So you just click on publish. So it says your ed content has been successfully converted into a standardized format. In this case, it's an IMS common cartridge, which is a international standard for representing education content. And then it'll be reviewed by EdBazaar admin before it's published. So you'll see the status has changed to pending approval. And typically within a 24 to 36 hour window, your content will be published. So that's all you need to do in order to link any existing files that you might have, like a PDF file, a Word document, or a video file, and to publish that on EdBazaar. You can then log out, which will then take you back to your store login page. So thank you very much for listening to this EdBazaar video on linking an external file to a content page and publishing that particular content on EdBazaar. Thanks. Bye bye.